So I know we have lunch coming up, so just bear with me and we'll do this. I'll do a short little talk here. So I want to tell you a story. So if you would come back with me about 10 years ago, about 2005, I'm in Silicon Valley and I'm joining a startup company. So this company has got some great technology. They're already out in the marketplace. They need a new VP of marketing, and so I'm going to act as the interim VP of marketing for this startup company. And I'm happy. I'm excited. They have the visionary. They have this mathematical genius who's come up with these amazing algorithms for big data. We have a sales team all the way across the country, already outselling the product. We have a world-class engineering team, able to build the functionality of the product. We have investors. People have invested millions of dollars into this company. So I'm excited. This is like a great opportunity. So at the same time, we've just recently come out, this is 2005, so we've just recently really come out of the recession that hit post the internet.com bubble, right? Everybody remember or has heard about that, right? So we had the big ups and everything, the world was going to be brand new, and then we had the big crash, and it caused a lot of pain. But so this is 2005, and we're coming out of this. But I had this experience in the startup world. I had the ups and I had the downs. I had the successes and I had the failures. And so I was playing around with some ideas on how do we build innovation? How do we do innovation in a different way that doesn't cause the big ups and the downs? So I'm going to start applying some of these principles at this new startup company that I'm joining. And so here we are. I'm in this fun office. We have our Nerf guns. We have skateboards, and we've got Coca-Cola, as much Coca-Cola in the refrigerator as we can drink. We're a real startup. There's a ping pong table. So we're a real startup. This is fun. This is why we do this, yes? So I'm a marketing person, and so I do trade shows, and I do press releases, and I talk to analysts, and my job is to get leads. And I'm actually able to get leads. I'm doing my job. I'm pretty happy about it. But about 3 months in, I get a little bit worried because even though I have all of these leads, we're not closing any deals. So supposedly we have 3 or 4 customers. They're big name customers. I'm happy about that. But we're not closing any new deals. And so about 3 months in, part of this learning process that I'm going through, I go to the vice president of sales, and I ask him, I need to talk to the customers. I need to talk to our existing customers because I need to learn how to find more of them. I need to learn what worked when we marketed and sold to them in the past. How can I go find new customers like that? How can I grow the business? So I asked the VP of sales if I can go talk to the customers, and he says, nope. That's kind of funny. No, I run sales. These are my relationships. You can't go talk to the customers. And it sort of occurs to me that it's very strange that back in these days, we taught startups how to act like big businesses. And so in a big business, we actually create departments that look very much like Henry Ford's assembly line. So on Henry Ford's assembly lines, you have these tasks that are called cells, and people do part of the assembly of a car, and then the car moves along, and somebody else repeats a new task as that car is being built. Well, we build companies in the same way. We've got operations, we've got sales, we've got marketing, we've got engineering, we have back office support functions like facilities and distribution and customer support. Each of these are little departments, and from out of these departments grow these silos. And the silos are really that in order for you to communicate between these departments, you have to follow rules of engagement. And I'm thinking, well, why in a startup? There's only about 20 of us. Why inside of a startup is this VP of sales creating these same rules of engagement. In order to interface with my sales department, you have to behave in a particular way. You're not allowed to go talk to the customers unless I say so. It's very odd behavior, and it makes me a little worried. I'm worried now, okay? Why is my VP of sales denying me access to my customers? So another month goes by. We miss our numbers. So we don't have the sales numbers that we're supposed to have. We wrote a business plan several years ago that said, here are the sales that we're going to have quarter by quarter. This also sounds rather like a large enterprise, or at least a large US company, where they have to report their revenues to Wall Street every quarter. Why are we building startups like we run large enterprises? I'm still wondering. But so we miss our numbers, and what happens is that the investors who sit on the board go to the CEO of the company, and they say, well, you've missed your numbers, so what's going on? I think we might need to change something. You're not executing very well. And the CEO goes to the VP of sales, and the VP of sales blames marketing. But the CEO's not fooled because they've already fired the marketing people. That's why they brought me in. So the second time they miss the numbers, it's the VP of sales job is on the line. And if we miss the number again, it will be the CEO's job that's on the line. But so right now, the VP of sales is in trouble. And so finally, the VP of sales relents and says, okay, you can go talk to the customers. So I call up the first customer. Hi, I'm Brant Cooper. I'm the VP of marketing. I need to learn how to go find more customers like you. So I'd like to learn more about you. Why are you using our product? How are you using product? This customer is a telecommunications company. Telecommunication companies are famous for running pilot programs, which means that they take software and hardware and they put them in their office and they never turn on the machines. So this telecommunications guy tells me, oh yeah, we've got your product in pilot program, but I don't really know where it is, and it's not really that important to me. It's not top of mind, so I really can't help you. That's customer number one. I call up the second customer. The second customer is literally the brother-in-law of somebody who's on the board of directors. I find out that they're actually running the server, so that makes me feel better. But he's like, yeah, it's running, but we don't really have any customers on it. We're really not using it. So good luck. Sorry, I couldn't be more help. That was customer number two. I'm really worried now. But there's one customer remaining, and this is our best customer. They're a really hot internet startup. They were going through an acquisition. They were being acquired for billions of dollars, and we were doing case studies about this particular customer, and I finally get them on the phone, and I'm like, oh, it's so good to talk to you. So I really wanted to learn, why are you using our product? And the guy on the phone says, well, we love you guys, but when it really comes to the transactions that we're doing, Oracle was better. We're not using you guys. I'm all like, what? No, you're our marquee customer. We're doing press releases about you. We're doing case studies. We're out in the public using your name that you're our marquee customer. And the guy says, yeah, that's fine. We love you guys. You guys are great. Great technology. We love you guys. But we're not using your product. That was customer number three. I want to cry. Really. What has happened here? We've spent years. Engineers have written millions of lines of code. We have hundreds of thousands of dollars going out the door every month. And we've built product that nobody wants. Think about the waste. The waste of time, the waste of money, the waste of resources, but also the waste of creativity and inspiration. We built products that nobody wanted. And so what my vision was about this learning that I was trying to do is, how do we create, what are some principles that we can live by so that we don't create such waste? And so my passion is to go around the world and help entrepreneurs as well as established businesses and even governments that are trying to build ecosystems. How do we provide value? How do we discover value? How do we create new value while eliminating as much of that waste as possible? So I don't know if this translates here to Kazakhstan, but in the United States, we have this concept of the visionary. So the visionary is someone who is tinkering in a garage. Don't ask me why. It's always somebody tinkering in a garage, and then they have a eureka moment. They go, I've got the idea. I've got an idea. I must go build my idea. What is that? Today, we must see a presentation that has a light bulb on it. The light bulb represents the eureka moment, right? Why does the light bulb represent the eureka moment? It's based on Thomas Edison, right? The inventor of the light bulb. You see the clip art, the horrible clip art that appears in presentations with the big light bulb that goes off over somebody's head, right? That means there's a new idea. What's funny to me about that story is that when Thomas Edison first went to patent the light bulb, he could not get a patent. Why? Because the light bulb had already been invented. So the whole symbol around this myth of the visionary, the light bulb, is actually not even a true story. Thomas Edison, in fact, was in a race with a number of other people to try to find a material that would act as a filament for the light bulb that would make the light bulb marketable, that would make it work in the marketplace. There were dozens of other people working on it. It was a race to who could find the right filament. He was experimenting. He wasn't envisioning the future. And so these principles that we've developed now to try to create startups and to try to create innovation while eliminating waste, I call them the 3 E's of lean innovation. Empathy, understanding our customers deeply. It doesn't mean doing what our customers tell us to do. It means understanding why do our customers ask for what they ask for. Why? What is the day in the life of a customer? Number 2, experiments. So we face down uncertainty by running experiments. You can't execute in the unknown. If you execute in the unknown, you're taking one shot to get it right, and then you're failing big. What we want to do is fail small so we don't fail big. And by failing small, we run experiments. Each iteration of an experiment is likely going to result in failure until we succeed. We've heard a lot about failure today and about the culture. Does the culture accept failure? Human beings are failure machines. We excel at failure. We fail every time. When we're babies and we want to learn to walk, we fail. When we try to ride a bike, we fail. Usually when we try to find a life partner, we fail the first time. Some of us fail multiple times trying to find that. We are failure machines. Scientists, they succeed once. You fail dozens of times until you succeed. Once you succeed, you're not trying anymore. Now you're doing. So we want to face down uncertainty by running experiments. And the last E, empathy, experiments, is evidence. Is we make decisions based upon data plus insights, evidence in the real marketplace. Decisions aren't made by the smartest person in the room. They're not made by the one with the most authority. They're not made by the one with the most money. Decisions are made by evidence in the marketplace. The 3 E's of lean innovation so that we can discover and create new value while eliminating the waste, while not creating products that nobody wants. So true visionaries, the real visionaries, are those that relentlessly pursue the change they want to see in the world, not the way to make the change. So our greatest entrepreneurs are the ones that know how to listen to the marketplace and actually change their ideas, change their business model to one that will work in the marketplace. True visionaries relentlessly pursue the change they want to see in the world. Now, it doesn't have to be even large change. It can be small change. If you want to increase the income for your family so you start an internet marketing business, that's fine. If you're working inside of a large enterprise and you want to change the way people work and make them more innovative and empower them to create new value, then that's the change. Or maybe you want to do a startup that changes the world, which is awesome. But it's your willingness to relentlessly pursue the change that has allowed you to make that change. So you can't go and build a startup that changes the world if you really want to watch TV a lot, right? So you have to align those values of how willing you are to work with the size of the change that you want to make. It's not about doing what you're passionate about, it's about being passionate about what you do. If you're seeking to make a big change, you will have to do things that you don't want to do. So you can't simply say, well, I'm not passionate about it, so I'm not going to do it. True visionaries relentlessly pursue the change they want to see in the world. Now, the other thought that I want to leave you with is, don't confuse the size of the first step with the size of the change that you want to make. If I want to walk across the stage, my first step looks like this. If I want to walk to my hotel, which I think is pretty far away, actually, this is how I start walking to my hotel. It looks an awful lot the same. I might even be going in the wrong direction, but I don't know if I'm going in the wrong direction until I actually start. If I actually want to walk all the way home to San Diego, it looks like this. Don't confuse the size of the change you want to make. I don't go like this. That doesn't get me anywhere, right? So you want to, what is the change that you can make today that allows you to start making the change that you want to see in the world? And if it's as a startup entrepreneur or if it's to make your business more innovative, my suggestion is that the change you make is you go and talk to your first customer. Go see if they have the problem that you think that they have. We actually have to start small in order to go big. All big businesses started small by definition. I was helping an entrepreneur in Madison, Wisconsin, a few years ago. Madison, Wisconsin, there's a big university there, University of Wisconsin. It's a small college town. It was a late summer day. It was beautiful. It was unseasonably mild, actually. The streets were just teeming with people. There were new kids coming to the college, and I was mentoring a startup. And I asked him, like I do often with the startups that I try to help, what's your biggest problem? What's the biggest obstacle that you have to overcome? And he says, I need 1,000 customers. And I said, how many do you have? He said, 0. You don't need 1,000. You need 1. And he looked at me like, really? This is it? This is the mentoring I'm going to get? Yeah, go outside. I told him, go outside. The streets are teeming with people. Go find one person that cares about the problem that you're trying to solve. Go find one. And he looks at me, really? This is it? I said, no, get up. Go find one right now. Staying inside the building, smart people inside the building. We think that if we think harder, we can predict the future. If we think harder, we can build more features, we can get more eyeballs on our product. That's what's going to make us successful. But actually what makes us successful is relentlessly pursuing the change. It means getting out on the street. It means knocking on the doors. I said in an interview yesterday, maybe the biggest opportunity for someone in Kazakhstan is to literally go knock on the doors of businesses and try to figure out a problem that you can solve. we're learning about all of these great things that the government is doing and all of these people that are here willing to support entrepreneurs, what is the one thing they should be doing? They should be relentlessly pursuing the change they want to see in the world. And that means getting up out of their seats and not just coding. And it means going out and understanding their customers deeply, running experiments, and using evidence to make decisions. Thank you very much.